Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Continuing with chapter 8.1, I'm going to show you how you can use the calculator with the binomial distribution. Now, remember, do not ever write down the calculator notation. Okay? You need to write out the formulas and write out the expanded form if possible, and then you can just use the calculator, the shortcut that I'm going to show you. So, first of all, given on page 521, PDF, given a discrete random variable x, the probability distribution function, PDF, assigns a probability to each value of x. Okay, remember what discrete means. Discrete means countable. Okay. The probability must satisfy the rules of probabilities given in chapter 6. So, using the calculator, okay, binomial PDF. Now, binomial PDF is when we are looking for exactly an exact amount, okay, like the digital watch problem. Exactly 2 are digital out of the 6 customers, okay? Exactly, let's say free throws. The person shoots 10 times, the probability of exactly 4 free throws, and it depends upon their probabilities. So, what do we do to get to this on the calculator, folks? Okay, we use the second and then the vars button. All right, so second vars, and you should recognize this. We've used number 2 before. Now I'm going to be teaching you all the other stuff in this screen. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, ladies and gentlemen, and you have to scroll down a little ways. Okay, again, I'm going to teach you most of the stuff on this screen, but not all of it. All right, you will notice when I go down, I've got letter A, binomial PDF, and then I'll talk about binomial CDF here in a little bit. So, again, it's second vars, and then you scroll down to binomial PDF. All right. Now, the and, ladies and gentlemen, that is the how many. All right. Just a second to turn my phone off. All right. P is the probability. And K is the number of successes. All right, and again, I'm going to demonstrate with that. CDF, okay, CDF is for a cumulative distribution function. Cumulative distribution function to calculate the sum of the probabilities. All right, now, one thing I want to point out is the calculator can only count down. Okay, calculator can only count down, and I will demonstrate that with the examples. I'm going to do the exact same examples that I did before, except I'm going to do it with the calculator. All right, so here's this problem again. 60% of all watches sold by large discount stores have digital display, 40% have analog display. The type of watch purchased by each of the next 6 customers will be noted. What is the probability that exactly 2 watches are digital? Okay, so remember we went through the conditions. Okay, don't forget what those conditions are. And I went through and I went, oh man, we do not want to list them all out, right? So then we came up with this. This formula is very easy for exactly 2 watches. Okay, that's the formula that we use. Now on the AP test, this is what they want to see, okay? So make sure that you know how to write that out, okay? Make sure you know how to write that out. But Let's say I did not want to type that in the calculator like that. All right, so same problem except with the calculator. So again, do not write this on a test. Do not write this on my test. Do not write this on the AP test. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, folks, is I would do the binomial PDF because it's exactly 2 watches. So 6 customers, all right, and 60% are digital, right? 40% have analog, 60% of the watches sold are digital, and then exactly 2. Now, when I do this on the calculator, ladies and gentlemen, I should get this exact same answer of a little over 13%, 0.138, okay? So here we go. So I'm going to go to the calculator. I'm going to pick letter A because it's exactly. Okay, oh shucks, I got to go back up. Sometimes you can go up quicker than going down. So let me go to letter A. There it is. Let me pick it. Whoops, I went too far because the calculator is slow. All right, pick it. Number of trials, 6. Probability, 0.6. And the X value, number of successes. Paste. Look at there. 0.13824, and that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, what we got when we did it by hand. Isn't that cool? I love this stuff. Okay, I'm not going to write the answer again. Here's your answer, 0.13824, and that's the calculator notation. All right, let's keep going here. So the next one, ladies and gentlemen, this one was no more than 2 watches. Okay, no more than 2. So that means 2 or fewer. So when doing this one on the calculator, you're going to pick the cumulative distribution function, CDF. And again, the calculator, as I mentioned earlier, the calculator can only count down. Well, folks, this is counting down. 210. Okay, 210. So 6, 0.6, 2. So the CDF changes it and goes, okay, I'm going to figure out 210 and I'm going to add it all together. Now, when we did this in the first video, we ended up with a little over 0.17, okay, a little over 8, or just under 18%, okay, just under 18%. So I'm going to go again, second vars, go to my calculator, and I'm going to go to, this time, letter B. And I'm going to pick it. And again, there's 6 fixed trials. The probability is 0.6. And the value is exactly 2. So now it's going to figure out 210. And look at that, 0.1792. And that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, what we did when we figured it out by hand. So again, on the AP test, ladies and gentlemen, this is what they're going to want to see. Okay, that's what they're going to want to see. But then you can just use the calculator, the shortcut, and figure out that answer. Because oftentimes, if it's really long like this, not saying that you will, but typing it in wrong and then getting a wrong answer, even though you have it set up right. Okay, so that's CDF. Now, this one, ladies and gentlemen, was what is the probability that more than 3 watches sold are digital? Okay, and we got 0.54432. So that was 4, 5, 6, right? 4 watches, 5 watches, 6 watches. Now, again, the calculator is limited here, folks. Okay, so again, this is saying that the probability that it's more than 3, which means the probability of 4 plus the probability of 5 plus the probability of 6, okay? But the calculator cannot count up. Okay, it can only count down. So what you have to do in this scenario, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to use the complement. You got to go 1, minus the binomial CDF. And again, don't write this notation in your notes, but don't write this on a test. Okay, well, the complement, okay, actually let me do this. Okay, the complement would be the probability that x1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 3. Okay, the opposite of more than 3 is 3 or less. So you have to include the 3 there. All right, so when I do this, this is going to be a 6, comma, 0.6, comma. Now the calculator is counting 3 down from 3. 3, 2, 1, 0. So you got to put a 3 there. Okay, so when we go do this on the calculator, we got to go 1 minus the binomial. All right, so let's go second vars. And again, you got to go to the CDF here, which is letter B. All right, and I've already got that in, except this one needs to be a 3 because I want it to count 3, 2, 1, 0. And then it's going to take that answer and subtract it from 1. Now, look at there. 0.5432, 1 minus the binomial CDF. So anytime you're wanting to count up, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to use that complement. All right. Okay, I don't think I have to do all of these because I went through the different scenarios, but let's just go ahead and look at this one with the defective toasters again real quick. So this one is saying that they randomly selected 20 toasters, 2% are defective. Okay, and remember that's 0.02. And so the first question is exactly one toaster is defective. Now I'm not going to take time to type these in on the calculator. I'm just going to set it up. So this would be a binomial PDF, 20 toasters, 0.02 is the probability, and then 1. And if you do that, you're going to get the same answer we did in video number 1. Okay? At most 2. Okay, so at most 2 would be 2 or less, right? At most 2 would be 2 or less. So then this would be binomial CDF, 20 toasters, 0.02 for the probability, and 2. So that would do 2, 1, 0, okay? At most 2. All right, and that one doesn't count. Let's see, did I have another one? I think I skipped something here. No, I didn't. Okay, and then that last example that we did, all right, for the bullseyes, 80% chance of hitting it, throwing 10 darts. Okay, so this one says no more than 3 times. So that means 3 or less, so that would be a binomial CDF. I guess I skipped a whole bunch here, didn't I, from the other page. Binomial CDF. They threw the dart 10 times. The probability is 0.8 or 0.80, and no more than 3 would be 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let me back this up because I can tell I skipped a whole bunch. Okay, this one said exactly 7 times, so that's a PDF. So that would be 10, 0.8 or 0.80, and 7. That would find exactly hitting the bullseye 7 times. Okay, this one says 8 or more. So the probability that X is greater than or equal to 8. Now, again, the calculator can't do 8, 9, 10. The calculator has to go backwards. So this would be 1 minus the binomial CDF, 10, 0.8. Now, what is the complement of 8 or more? Okay, let's think about this, folks. 8 or more. The complement of 8 or more means 7 or less. or you could put x is less than 8, leave the equal to off of it. Okay, so this has to be a 7, folks. A 7. This is where people generally screw up when they do the complement. Be careful, think about it. Okay, the complement of 8 or more is 7 or less. Okay, at least 4, so that would be the probability. At least 4, okay, means 4 or more, right? At least 4 means 4 or more. So this one, again, would be 1 minus, so think about this. This would be 1 minus the probability of x is less than or equal to 3. At least 4 means 4 or more, so the complement is 3 or less. So that would be 1 minus binomial CDF, and then that would be 10, 0.8, 3. Okay, check it out with the calculator, see if you get the same answers. Okay, so if there's anything that you didn't quite get with that, go back, re-watch it. Let's see, I think there was one more thing I wanted to just do a quick review with you, and that is I wanted to point out that the mean and standard deviation, ladies and gentlemen, is on 525 in your book for the binomial setting. Okay, and those are on your formula chart, remember, for the binomial setting. All right, that was it. This video was much, much shorter than the last one. So we will see you soon, folks. Good luck.